Hey y'all, welcome in. If you are new or just passing through to my channel, welcome. My name is Tam. I'm also known as the Enlightened Auntie. If you're returning, welcome back, squad. I am here today to do another general collective reading. We're not sign specific here, we're also gender fluid. I may say you and I'm talking to them. I may say them and I'm talking to you. Put yourself in the story wherever you seem to fit. Remember that time and energy are fluid, so I could be talking about the recent past, the present, or the future. Take what resonates, leave everything else behind. And if you'd like to book a personal more aligned with your own story, all of my information is below in the description box, and I invite you to join me for a session. All right, y'all, welcome in. I've been sitting here at my desk, kind of meditating, shuffling up decks, the ones that I intend to use for today's readings. Not necessarily this one, but just today's readings. And decided to pick up my Kipperish deck because I've had a very difficult time connecting with it since I got it. I've only used it a couple times, and I'm just like, I don't know, just it was really frustrating because as a reader, for me, it's very hit or miss with some decks. Some decks, I pick them up and I'm like, ooh, immediately start getting channel messages and pings, and I see stuff in the imagery and I'm immediately into it. There are other decks where I open the box and I start looking at the images and I'm like, and that's not to say that about this deck. I love the quality, everything about this deck is amazing, but I felt very disconnected. So I had a little powwow a few minutes ago with my team to like help me connect with it, and I laid out a couple of cards and I was like, oh, I see a message. So we're going to start with it and we're going to go. Okay. So, and I can already kind of see where we're going without pulling any more cards. We're going to channel this information. Currently, you are, I want to say, if you have been struggling financially, and if you are struggling financially, then this part of the message ain't for you. If you're currently in that struggle point, because the poverty consciousness, the thing about it is, that's the reason why I always talk about like where your mind goes, your energy flows, because you contribute to your external reality by what you're thinking about and how you're operating, right? So it's part of the reason why I stopped calling myself a starving artist, because a girl was starving, I wasn't making no money, while I kept saying that. Words are very powerful and they hold a lot of meaning, right? And so when the stuff comes out of your mouth, God hears it too. Okay, so, and what is mirrored back to you is the reflection of what you got going on in your head. So it's really important to try to stay as like grounded and based in reality as possible. Like, yes, you could be in a position where you don't really have a whole lot of money, but if you stay hyper focused and fixated on the fact that you may not have what you need, like financially, then you will continue not to have it. So instead, kind of refocus your thoughts on being grateful for what you do have. You got a roof over your head. You have food on the table. You know, you may not have, you may not have enough for a steak dinner and all that stuff in your fridge, but you may have some things in your pantry that you can kind of work out in order to accomplish a meal. Child, I can attest to the fact that I have made miracle meals over the years when times were very lean. But this energy kind of feels like if you're coming out of that space of poverty consciousness, if you're now in a better financial state, like you're really stable, you don't need anyone for help or anything like that. I do have the energy of somebody who is trying to, I feel like they're trying to manipulate you in some kind of way in order to gain access to whatever it is that you have. Okay, now on the back and the front end, I can see where there has been someone doing ritual work on you to keep you mentally unstable, and as a result of their divination, somebody here may be very unbalanced. And it's because of the energy projection. They're projecting energy towards you, and it's just like I said yesterday. It's just boomeranging back. You know, the pendulum swings both ways. Okay. Okay. So somebody is concerned. Okay, we got somebody here living in their south node. And it looks like somebody's worried because whatever they've done, it's failed, right? Okay, so here's the thing. Now I'm connecting with the deck. Love it. I love this. This is funny. Whoever this is that's throwing energy towards you, they are I kind of feel like this person is like working a bunch of different angles. They're really, really doing a number, or attempting to. They're very upset. I kind of feel like there is there's an element of time. I don't know what the significance is of it, but I'm like, I definitely can see that. There's an element of time, so I don't know if they had a certain amount of time in order to accomplish some kind of goal, but that it's not necessarily working in their favor, because there's failure here, and there's definitely somebody here who's they're attached to their south node or living in their south node, working out some karmic shit that they haven't addressed. But part of the reason why there's failure for, you know, this juju that they've been doing is because you have self-love. You have self-love, and I feel like you've worked very, very hard to like maintain the attitude of gratitude, to maintain the groundedness. And I even feel like there's energy of somebody here trying to like literally knock you off your square. Like, I don't know if you're doing something in the public eye, because this kind of gives me like being seen publicly or whatever, almost where somebody, it's funny because what it feels like somebody here is trying to like knock you off your square, maybe even shadow ban you, or prevent other people from looking at your content or from watching you or something like that. But the thing is that because you're so grounded and you're so focused on yourself and your own healing or whatever, even if you don't, like, especially if you're a content creator, even if you don't make the numbers that you are hoping to, you know, if you're not making the numbers that you're hoping to accomplish, it doesn't phase you. You're still working, you're still doing your thing. I like it. I like it, actually. I like it a lot. Shout out to Intuitive Kev. This is a really good. I'm just like, I haven't been able to connect with the deck, so I'm grateful that I'm finally able to. I'm like, okay. I was having a really hard time reading these. Really, really hard time. I'm telling you, they're having a hard time. I heard breaking your spirit. They're having a hard time breaking your spirit. They're having even more difficult time interrupting your flow. Whatever it is that you do for work. Interesting. I could have you could be in the medical field. Don't have to be. You could be. I'm like, I see a couple of things. I'm like, you could be in the medical field. You could be a spiritualist. You could be a singer. You might work in agriculture. But it kind of feels like they're having a difficult time. Like, part of the failure of trying to like attack you is not just because of the self-love, but you are very committed to your work or whatever it is that you do. They haven't been able to shake your level of commitment because it's like, I think that's all connected. That's all part of it. Like, they're trying to knock you off your square, shadow ban you, make your numbers low or whatever. And maybe they're thinking that, this is before I pull out any more cards, maybe they feel like if you don't make the mark, you don't hit the numbers, that you will just give up. You'll stop. I just heard greater later. So even if you're not making the numbers or whatever in certain areas, like the greater later, you're going to get those things. You may be very devoted to God. You may have like a deep spiritual, and you are very tapped in. Very, very tapped in. And I will say, keep doing whatever it is that you're doing. I'm not going to worry about this energy of them trying to manipulate your work or whatever. If there is some element of your work that you feel has like slowed down, or you're not, because I'm getting this energy of like you might not necessarily be making the kind of cheese that you would hope for, but keep going, keep working, because all of the work that you've been putting in will eventually pay off financially, okay? But you do have somebody in the background who's definitely doing juju, trying to, take you off balance so that you would just stop doing. Like, honestly, what it really feels like is whatever you do, and I don't know why, okay? I don't know what you do for a living, because I got a bunch of different occupations. Like, it could be a number of things. But I will say this. There's an energy out here of somebody who wants to kind of have you, kind of off kilter, so that it would make you stop working. Somehow your success is like a threat to someone else. Now, in my mind, I'm like, why is your success or your work, why is that an issue for someone else? And I don't have other cards out here, but I'm like, it would be an issue if somebody was out here talking shit about you and, calling you lazy, and you don't know this and you don't know that, and then you pop out like this, pop out like the rising star you are, and everybody can see, that you're doing big things. Then it kind of makes them look stupid, because I thought you said the collective, and here you are just out doing your thing or whatever. But they've really been working against you. Okay. Oh, 3 cards. I normally don't take 3 cards. Oh. It's interesting. They're worried. Okay, now I've got another element here. Okay. Part of the fears and concerns, if you happen to be partnered, I know not everybody who's watching is. So, like I said, take what you need. But if you're partnered, one of their fears, it has something to also do with your partnership, because it feels like somebody wants to, they want to create, because I said they're trying to, I feel like this person is trying to dismantle your life. It's crazy, because this feels like the bulk of what I have on the board is really geared towards your profession, whatever you do for work, whatever you do or have done for work, right? Part of their fears and concerns are that they wanted to create some kind of dynamic between you and another person, where there would be jealousy, envy, that it would break down that jealousy and envy between partners would break down the relationship of some sort, and they're worried because they may not actually see that happening. and I mean, it's not work. It wouldn't work if you had, like, if you trust your partner or whatever. Like, it's almost like they want to plant some seeds of doubt or whatever in both of your heads. Yeah, and part of the blockage is that somebody is really bothered by they're bothered by your relationship. Literally. Their blockage is something having to do with your relationship. Somebody is really unhinged because if you're in a relationship, and this could even be just you being in union with yourself. Because, I mean, I'm like, yeah, there's some people that are like, you have to be in union with yourself before you come into union with another and all that. I don't know about that. Like, I can't really attest to that because I'm like, I just can't. Like, I can't co-sign on that one. But the blockage for this person is that they're completely bothered by the fact that you are in a healthy relationship and you're in this healthy relationship and it feels very like transparent. Like I get that there's an energy of transparency between you and your partner. So like neither one of you are wearing a mask. Like that's why they're bothered, because you don't have to put on a mask or put on a front to just be in the relationship. You just show up as who you are and bam, your partner like loves you for that. They love you for being who you are. This person is butthurt by it. Jesus. That's crazy. Like, that is so crazy. You ain't got nothing better to focus on? Oh my God. They need to, okay, I don't know who this person is to you. Or either one of you. Like, I don't know this person. I don't know whoever, because I don't necessarily have like an individual yet. There are lots of people out here because, if you've seen these cards, there's people on every one. There's a damn near person on every card. So I'm not necessarily looking at it. So I don't actually know who. I don't have the who yet. The person could be connected to either you or your partner. Okay. But what they need to release is being in opposition to your relation. I don't know who this is, but this is somebody who is like really trying to hold on to you, but they're at the same time in opposition to your relationship. They are completely against the relationship that you're in. I'm like giggling to myself because I already know what this is, but this person is in opposition of the relationship. This is weird as hell. Weird as hell. Oh, we'll take all three. Wow. So, part of this person's lesson, it's connected to a couple of things. I am talking about somebody, and we know that we've talked about it before because it keeps coming up, like health issues being part of somebody's karma. And part of that health issue has a lot to do with like someone carrying around like unhealed wounds and trauma. unhealed emotional pain. And because they had refused to like do the work, they held on to it. And because they held on to it, it eventually made them sick. That's, yeah. So this person, like, part of the lesson here, it's kind of like if they had taken the opportunity to like address their emotional wounds, they wouldn't necessarily be in the health. They, you know, if this person's having a health crisis or whatever, they wouldn't be in the position that they're in health wise, if they had just learned to drop or heal or work through their shadow, work through their trauma so that they can find a pathway to healing. That was the lesson in all of this. Okay. Okay, now we just added a different element. Ooh. Hold on, I'm like looking at the bottom of the deck. Oh. Okay. So, another thing that this person is experiencing, I said poor health is part of this person's karma, is because they refuse to heal and ascend. They've been operating out of their south node and being real committed to it. They did not want to heal or evolve. This person may have also stolen something from you, and they've been projecting evil eye energy towards you this whole time. Well, damn. Okay. Let's clarify. Uh-oh. Oh. Snake. So beware. And we have a distorted feminine. Be aware if you have somebody approaching you. Remember, now I know I said I'm gender fluid here, so it could be a man, but I have a snake out here in distorted feminine energy. And this person is pocket watching you. So if you're doing well and you're doing better financially than maybe like the last time you were in their presence, if you're doing better financially, this person may want to come in and try to manipulate you in order to gain some kind of favor, get close to your pockets or something like that. Because down here it looks like they're projecting evil eye, and there's like, I mean, the thief. Don't get no louder than that. All right. Let's see. Yeah, so this person has been trying to, I said it initially started off with like a lot of blockages towards your work or whatever, and this person has been trying to put ritualizing. This is definitely juju ritual. They've definitely been doing juju here. It's kind of like they've been putting obstacles, that whatever part of their work was putting obstacles in front of you in order for you to experience some kind of business failure, so that you would lose abundance and then become mentally and emotionally unstable. That's crazy. Now this is interesting. Yeah, because I said whatever they've been doing, whatever they're doing, like, okay, this is going into the future. Number one, whatever that they're doing, it, I believe, is, I can see it doesn't actually, it's not working. That's why there's a fail. a failure up here. Whatever they're doing divination wise, it's going to, because I feel like what they're doing is they're desperately trying to affect your livelihood. But because you're, like I'm saying, you've been protected. I said it yesterday, like, your ancestors, your spirit team has always been, they're hovering right over you. So it doesn't matter. Like, they could be throwing rocks and hiding their hands, and just, who cares? You're protected. They're just wasting time, honestly. They could better serve themselves by focusing on their own shit instead of focusing on you. But this kind of feels like it doesn't matter if they're trying to affect you having new beginnings and a new life or whatever. It's creating a bunch of, imbalance for them, and them trying to prevent you from having a new start is not actually working. So it doesn't really matter what they do. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. Yeah. Yeah, their pathway forward is being blocked. The pathway forward for them is being blocked because this person insists on operating out of their south node. And they're in despair because, like I said, they're in despair because everything they're throwing at you, it's not working. And the reason why it's not working is because you're grounded and you operate, you're focusing on your self-love. I kind of feel like this person, because I said they wanted you to be like mentally and emotionally unstable, but they want you to be destabilized so that you can stay in that mindset. Remember, where your mind goes, your energy flows. So if you get upset and you stay there, that prevents you from being able to work. Realistically thinking, it prevents you from working. You don't work, you don't eat. And it's because of the self-love. Like, I'm like, you have access. You're gaining such access to, like, hidden information. You're gaining access to hidden information. Like, you could be highly intuitive. You could be highly intuitive. Because this kind of feels like, regardless, like I said, I'm always saying, you guys are always like, you're a dozen or so steps ahead of this person. So even when they try to, like, do little things to you, your pathway is wide open. Wide open. Now, the other thing, too, I just heard, part of the reason, that's the other thing, another reason why, if you do have a public platform and you are, you have some kind of way of, I don't know, being seen online or whatever, part of the reason why they want to shut you down is, I don't know what you're talking about, but you may be expressing some information that they don't want out. Like, they don't want this information to be revealed. They don't want this information to be public. And so if we shut you down, then your message doesn't get out. Does that make sense? Somebody may have to move soon. Maybe that's why they worried. Somebody might have to move and they don't want to. They got a message of concern about a pathway being blocked and some work that they have been doing failed. Privileged lady may be in despair. And ooh, remember when I said this like maybe a week and a half ago or something? Like, all of the obstacles that somebody has been putting in front of you, they're being removed. There may be even some more additional information that has been largely unknown to you that may be revealing the fact that there had been actual obstacles placed in front of you. Like, you may be getting some information about that. Okay. And for someone, you may be expecting, I don't know, it's kind of like the energy kind of feels as though like it's like waiting for someone, like, when is somebody getting karma? Now, let me just put this out there, because I do have this energy. It's like there's somebody in the collective who is a little bit antsy of wondering, like, when is it going to happen? Like, I guess I watch the readings, I hear all these readers talk about it, you know, people getting karma. I honestly believe that it's not necessarily meant for us to witness the karma that folks get. That's just my personal thought. I kind of feel like when the universe, Most High, your ancestors, whoever, is whooping somebody's ass in the 3D or in the astrals, I believe that they know why it's happening. Right? I don't necessarily believe, because I think that your desire to want to see somebody go down or something like that, that's your ego. That's not high vibrational. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't wish folks bad. Like, you know, I wish you the life you deserve. Whatever that means to you, I wish you the life that you deserve. And if you deserve good things, then I wish all those good things for you. If you deserve bad things, same thing. I wish all those bad things for you if that's what you genuinely deserve. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of this person, if there are a handful of you out there that are just like, okay, when is their karma hitting? I want to see it happen. You may not necessarily see it happen. I don't honestly think that it's necessary, and I think that maybe you need to check your ego just a little bit, okay? Because think about it this way. And I'm saying this as somebody who has been spiritually attacked. Like, spiritual warfare is so real, man, and I feel like I've been battling this shit my whole life. But I continue to keep my focus on what is important to me. What is going on with somebody else and what karma is dishing out for somebody else, I don't give a shit. Good luck to you. You know what I'm saying? So don't worry about that. Like, don't put your focus on that, because that ain't your business. That's between your ancestors, God, and those demons. You know what I'm saying? Let them take care of it. Don't you worry about it. You stay high vibrational, because really, when you are focused on, I'm waiting for them to get their karma and waiting for them to get their, you know, their comeuppance and all that shit. Like, when you stay in that energy, it don't make you any better. It, like, you right there with them. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing that. We're not doing it here. So don't be like that, okay? Don't be like that. That's a reminder for somebody. And I'm saying that because I see the comments. Like, I see the comments. I see the comments. And I know that, you know, yeah, there's a little impatience. You're just stay focused on your own paper. Pretend like this is school. We're in school. Focus on your own shit. Baby, this person is worried about the changes. They're worried. Okay, so they may have also, it's funny because I originally said, I did talk about this part about the relationship, because now here on the main board is like work type shit. On the side, it feels like it's geared more towards relationships and their relationship to you, your relationship to another. this person is really worried about the shift. Like maybe they've been energetically trying to put wedges in between you and your partner, like throwing weird ass energy at you so that y'all could be in conflict, or you guys could be beefing, so that there's like an actual wedge between you. They're concerned because I do believe, based on what I have out here, like you and your partner don't have the kind of problems. Like, I think this shit would only work if you and your partner weren't grounded and didn't actually have a strong foundation. If you didn't have a strong foundation, what they're throwing at you probably would have worked, right? But because you trust each other and there's, you have this bond. I mentioned this weeks ago. I'm like, even if you have a little blip or y'all have a little disagreement or whatever, that little disagreement is not going to like plummet your whole relationship. It's not going to do that. You just, go to your corners, figure it out, come back together or whatever. They're definitely worried about this shift because they know it's coming. There is no obstacle between you right now. They're worried about that. They've been trying. They've been attempting to hit like a bunch of different areas of your life. They have definitely been trying. Okay, now I got the players. Okay, so I did say, I was like, the main person that we're talking about is a distorted feminine energy, potentially the privileged lady, mature woman. And I also have the energy here that they're, like I said, the blockage here is that this woman, so this could be like a grandmother, this could be your mother, it could be your mother-in-law, karmic aunt. It could be anybody that's an older woman. This bitch is unhinged and overly worried about your relationship. Overly worried about your relationship. And here's the thing. What's fucking her up is that your relationship is fated. Whoever you're connected to. I'm talking to people. I am talking specific couples. Your partner is your person. This is a fated connection. This woman, I believe, also knows that this is a fated connection. She is, I don't know, like I've been saying, I don't know what because it keeps coming out in various different ways. There's something connected to your mental health and your relationship or connection to another that is really, really getting to this woman. Honestly, I just feel like your mama don't want you to be happy. Whoever this woman is, she just don't want you to be happy. Salty bitch. Like, she just don't want you to be happy. I said she was in opposition. Like, part of what she needs to release is that she's been in opposition of your relationship. I'm gonna tell you why she's been in opposition of your relationship. It's because I don't know the kind of relationship that you have. I don't know what your relationship is, but you're making this woman look bad because you're, like, we'll say, and I don't have these cards out here, but I'm just based on what I do have out here, I can kind of see just based on the imagery. So say you and your partner are the Empress and the Emperor, okay? You are the epitome of mother. He is the epitome of father. You know, y'all are main characters. And it shows, right? This woman's pissed off because the success of your relationship, the success of who you are as a person, but a lot of the success of your relationship, especially if you're married, what it shows is that she is not like the expert in relationship. Oh God, I wish I could describe this better. Because it's kind of like you two being who you are in the most transparent way. Like it is such a, I want to say it's like a really wholesome feeling. Because not only do you have trust for each other, you love each other, you don't have to wear masks, so you show up as who you are in the most authentic way possible. This shit really pisses this woman off, because I think she's worn a mask for most of her life, and she just pretends to be the, the embodiment of the mother, when in actuality, you and your partner are the actual, y'all are the real deal. And she has been pretending this whole time. And because you guys seem to be, whatever, it shows, like, folks can see the difference between you and your partner and maybe them and how they live their life if they're partnered or whatever. Folks can see the difference. So while she's running around here being a fraud, folks can see that y'all the real deal. That shit pisses her off. Y'all making her look bad. Stop that. You're making her look bad. Now, this is really interesting, because I said it the last time. I was like, this older woman was working with a younger man. Younger than her. Maybe younger than you, but she was working with a younger man. And then I said down here, part of the lesson was like, if they had healed their emotional pain, then they wouldn't be having the health issues that they have, right? But this also involves them trying to avoid poverty. They've done something to try to avoid poverty, and really what it's going to result in is that they may end up losing things. There's a loss of a house, a message. Ooh. Okay, we'll read from the bottom. Hold on. So, we have somebody here getting negative karma because they refuse to heal. Intuitively, you may be aware of like some kind of like travel restrictions. They stole something from a wealthy man. They stole something. And maybe this is them evil eyeing your journey. I see a bunch of different things. I'm like, there's somebody here who may be trying to steal your man. Like maybe your man is the wealthy man. I don't know. But from the bottom of the deck, I definitely have an energy of... Okay, I'm like, oop, oop. Yeah, so in two different places, like I'm going back. I went back even further. It's kind of like somebody here like there's a message that may have been due to come to you that had been intercepted or blocked about a house, okay? Or the message is about sudden wealth, because I have house and then message in the reverse and then wealth. So There may be a message about some sudden wealth that has been blocked from you. It does involve a house. And somebody did something within the law, but I don't know, it feels temporary. They may have done something illegally in order to gain this money for stability, but it was done. This means it's not a permanent fix, or it's not permanent. And then it's something not seen publicly, with garden in the reverse and key in the upright. So it's not seen publicly because there's hidden information. But it has something to do with a great fortune, sudden wealth, and a house. And then there's gossip. Like, this is normally about gossip. Gossip about something that they can't do anymore. Because this talks about unexpected endings, but this is in the reverse. So there's an expected ending. This comes to an end. The gossip. There may have been gossip surrounding you or around this other person. How they achieve their success or something like that. There's like chatter around somebody's success that people did not expect. They may not have oh, okay. I'm like, where are we going with this? So maybe we'll just not look at these cards, because now this is a whole different story. This looks like there's something that people did not expect out of you. I feel like this is you, because then I have priestess down here. So maybe you could be, like I said, you're highly intuitive. I can see that down here. They didn't expect you. They didn't expect you to be so intuitive or so tapped in. So they've been trying to make you stop. Again, it's tied to, I'm telling you, I don't know how it's connected, but it's all connected. Something about your work, or your ability to work. Something about your relationship and the stability of your relationship, and an inheritance. And there are other people who are involved in this. A community, your family may be involved in the fact, because there's inheritance and a bouquet in the reverse. And the community or your family, they've been loyal to this woman in keeping this away from you. Thief, imprisonment, coffin, shark, woman. I'm telling you, this woman has something to do with you not having access to this abundance. Whatever this abundance and inheritance is, this woman is directly connected to you not being in possession of it. Oh no, don't delete that. Oh my God. Right now in America, we are worried about the Supreme Court overturning our voting rights. Imagine that. I'm getting texts like, oh my God, if they overturn this, I'm leaving the country. Okay. Let's talk about these cards. So whoever this woman is, this distorted feminine, mother, grandmother, aunt, sister-in-law, mother-in-law. Yeah, I love it. Exchanging gifts in the reverse, an unfinished symphony in the reverse. It was giving a whole lot of, I don't give a fuck what you need, what you got going on. This is done. I ain't giving you shit. How about that? Yes. Okay, here we go. I've been saying this. The moment you made the decision to walk away, you became a target. You became a target. They immediately started doing things to prevent you from being successful, to prevent your work from taking off, to prevent you from working, to try to create, create emotional upheaval in your life, to affect your relationships. Crazy. Yeah, and for all the shit that they've been doing towards you, I said it. It's doing. It's creating disharmony and imbalance for them. And this kind of feels like a tower moment for me. So all that divination that they've been doing, all it's doing is just swinging right back and hitting them. Yep. Here's the thing. And this family member, this is a family member. This person is a soulmate. Again, soulmates don't always have to be romantic, and they are the people that we learn some of the greatest lessons from. You are not in alignment with this person. They're in despair. It does have something to do with your relationship. They're in complete despair that there's commitment to your relationship, that you're more committed. This is crazy. I don't know who this woman is for you, but she is very vexed by the fact that you are more committed to your partner than you are the family. I'm like, y'all ain't never did shit for me. Why wouldn't I lean into my partnership? These people are nuts. Yeah, you're more. And I do feel like they've been trying to do things to also kind of like make you come back in. Like, I don't know, there's an expectation that you may have come back, but they were expecting you. Because remember, I said they wanted you, like, it wanted to affect your work and all this and that. My messaging is always like, pour into yourself the way that you would pour into other people who don't reciprocate that energy back to you. When you pour into yourself, baby, nothing can conquer that amount of self-love. Nothing, okay? They're upset because they've been trying to get you. I kind of feel like they've been trying to make conditions in your life so hectic and dramatic. Like, you know, you can't work and you're sad and whatever. And then, you know, it fucks up your relationship because, you know, maybe hopefully your partner doesn't really understand like your emotional ups and downs and whatever, right? And that you would come back, you'd come back to the family dynamic, and you're like standing 10 toes. I said it yesterday, you're 10 toes into this. You're like, nah, I'm good where I am. Like, I'm good where I am. I'm not coming back. And the way that I see it, I have no desire to like make myself available to be connected to you. And for you, you may have started to see things. I love this, actually. When you made a decision to walk away from this family dynamic, things probably started to fall into place for you. Yeah, you're not in alignment with this family dynamic there, and you're not in alignment with them. So they may have gotten some kind of message about you and your partnership, the level of commitment to your partnership. that really concern them. They're not happy. They are not happy at all. And they did have some expectation that you would come back to expectation with mending. They had an expectation that you would return to try to like reconcile or something. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. I love the fact that you just listen to your intuition. You trust the divine. I love it. They've been trying to put a block to your work. And it's funny because you know what? Whoever if this is your family, whatever you do for work, I don't know what you do for work, but whatever you do for work, you got a group of people, could be family, could be friends, could be loose associates or whatever, folks who didn't really fuck with you like that. Like they weren't all that supportive for your, like towards your grind or whatever it is that you do. They were not all that supportive, right? And not only were they not supportive, again, they weren't supportive, but they were also trying to throw like roadblocks and all this kind of shit to like slow you down, slow down your progress or whatever. Let me tell you, these obstacles are being lifted. They're being lifted. And they're worried about it. They're very, very anxious because it's like everything, oh my God, I did all of this and none of it is working. You know what I mean? Yep, they worried about the fact that you over there happy. Because that's not what they wanted. That's not what they wanted. And everything, look at this. Everything that they have been trying to do, everything that they've been trying to accomplish, they've been holding on to you, trying to sabotage your relationships or whatever. They can no longer do, like they can't affect your relationship. And your relationship to this person is not for them. Y'all are not in alignment. If this is your mother, she can't do anything to affect a fated relationship. She's mad because, I mean, just based on what I have out here, she made bad decisions. Here's the thing. People will be hella mad at you for making better decisions than them, for being smarter and more strategic in the way that you operate. This person probably made decisions. I mean, I just, based on the money cards that I have out here, this person probably made all their decisions based around security. You made your decisions based on love. That's why she's pissed off. Because you're smarter than her. Imagine that. She thought you was the stupid one. And really, that's not it. And she's finding that out. I said it. Your relationship, something about the status of your relationship. Yeah. Listen, she tried to this woman tried to pass herself off as, and it's probably because like she's older or whatever. Like, you know, it's funny. I mean, I'm 53. I don't consider myself older. I don't feel old. Probably because I have a 17-year-old daughter who keeps me on my toes. And even though my husband and I have been together for 30 years, I never make myself out to be like some kind of relationship marriage guru or anything like that. My husband and I, we've been through a lot. And a lot of what we've been through, I kind of like, yes, some of it was us. But I also feel like a lot of what we had experienced, there were other people playing in the mix, creating additional drama that we didn't necessarily need. So I don't consider myself any kind of relationship expert. I think I try to do what I feel is intuitively the right thing to do. So I operate from that space. And for the most part, I always have. Might have been a brief time in my early 30s where things were a little sketch. But for the most part, I try to make, relationship decisions, decisions that, I know would involve my relationship based from, a really grounded and healthy space. And I try to make the best decisions that would, be positive for, our entire family. And this person, it's kind of like I said, it's like your... Get out of the window, Lucky. Your success, or the success of your relationship, kind of shines or highlights the fact that this person really doesn't know about healthy relationships like the way that you do. You know what I'm saying? It's funny, I actually told somebody, like, don't take relationship advice from my mother, because child, she'll have you running around in circles like a chicken without a head. When I finally got hip to that, it's funny because, you go as a girl, girls usually tend to go to their mother, boys usually tend to lean towards their father. It just depends on the relationship dynamic. My sons come to me because I'm not that my husband isn't grounded, but I come with a really, my husband has no water in his chart, so there's not a whole lot of emotion. It's just a lot of logic and action, and I'm like all of the watery, earthy things. Like I'm, might as well just call me mud, because that's where the good shit grows. I know how to keep it emotionally stable, and I know how to ground it. So I try to lead from that. Where was I going? But yeah, this person, they made decisions. I feel like they made decisions that, weren't in alignment with them. You made decisions that felt more in alignment with you. And because you make good decisions, because your relationship is really solid, it's really clear that evidently you know what the hell you're doing when it comes to relationship dynamics. And because I don't know, for some reason, your relationship success, it does shine a brighter light on this other person to show that maybe they don't really know what they're talking about. I learned that the hard way. Child, I would go to my mother looking for advice or whatever, and she would basically just kind of ramp me up, and then kind of like a wind-up toy, fill my head with all this shit, and then wind me up and send me home, and I'd come home and I'd regurgitate some of the bullshit she was telling me, and then me and my husband would get back into arguments, and we'd go, oh my god, it was like a fucking cycle. And it took me a minute before I finally caught on, but it really wasn't until I detached that I noticed the difference. Because at that point, I could stop focusing on what she was putting in my head and listen to my own intuition and kind of move and operate from that point. And when I started moving from that point, then things started to even out. And I was like, oh. So basically, you were just filling my head with bullshit. Got it. You got to pay attention. It's unfortunate, like, when you got to really pay attention to, like, where you get your relationship advice from. Because my husband and I have outlasted. Yeah, actually, my husband and I have outlasted all of the couples that we looked up to when we first got married. That's saying a lot. Because all of the people that we looked up to, like relationship wise, they're all divorced. Even the ones that had been married, people like high school. We had family friends that were like high school sweethearts. They were old. They're older than us. We had friends that were high school sweethearts, family friends, and they're divorced. And we looked up to them. And for me, I looked up to them because they had been together for a really long time, and even they couldn't keep it together or whatever. So evidently we're doing something right. And so for those of you who are partnered and longtime partners, it may not be perfect, but y'all are perfect for each other. And that perfection, it is triggering as hell to this person. Yeah, crazy. So part of this person's lesson, like, they've just really been trying to control. This person just really wants to be in control. They want to be in control of you. They want to be in control. And they're butthurt because they've been trying to create disharmony in your home, but they can't because everything between you is like, it's cool. Like I said, it may not be gravy every day, and sometimes this is just the nature of relationships. Y'all have disagreements or whatever, but y'all don't have the kind of disagreements where you're just like, well, fuck you and fuck you back. I'm packing my shit. Get the fuck out. You're not doing that. You're not doing all of that. You're actually like communicating. Y'all get along. Like y'all get along really well, and I feel like they can't control that. I don't know what this is. Like, they really wanted to just be, I feel like this person, they just really wanted to be in control of every aspect of your life. And they can't control this. Maybe in the past, they had a lot of influence over, like, your life and whatever you did. But now they don't have that. They don't have that level of influence. They don't have any influence, actually. And they've been trying. They really. I'm like. my mind is blown because I'm looking at these cards and I'm like, they wanted control over your relationship dynamic. They wanted to create, like harsh conditions in your relationship to where you and your partner would be at odds with each other. But because you're both very balanced and you do give to the relationship in a reciprocal way, there's no conflict between you. Y'all get along very well. And they can't control that. Nothing that they've been doing is working. We love it. We love it. We love it. Yeah, whoever this person is, like I said, your mother, your mother-in-law, your sister-in-law, your aunt, listen, this crazy broad, is trying to manifest an experience. I said, I've been talking about this and it keeps coming up, but it comes up in different ways. But here it is right here. This person is trying to manifest using the law of attraction. They're trying to put you back. Remember I said I wasn't sure what your mental state, because we go back here. They're trying to affect your mental state, but it has something to do with your past, like a past incident that may have broken you emotionally and had you in disharmony and disillusioned. Like, they want to go back. They want you. They're manifesting this. They have been actively trying to manifest this energy. And they're getting karma for it, so I wouldn't even worry about it. Let God sort it out. Let your ancestors sort it out. Don't worry about it. I'm telling you this story so that you kind of know what's going on. But you keep doing what you're doing. Don't focus on this shit. Don't even focus on when are they going to get theirs, because baby, they getting it. It may not happen all at once. It may be trickling in really slowly, and it's like one thing after another. If it ain't one thing, it's something else. But that's the feeling that I'm getting here. It's just happening. It's like one thing after another. We get past this, bam, we get hit with something else. We take care of that, bam, we get hit with something else. Fuck it, let it be what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because what they're at, you don't even live on this timeline anymore because you've healed it. So whatever this is, they've been trying to keep you like all in disharmony and all this other shit. Like, they're trying to like really fuck with your equilibrium. You're not living on the same timeline that this person is living on, and they don't realize that because they're living in their south node. So now they're trying to use the law of attraction to bring back the same level of disharmony and emotional wounding and all that stuff that you experienced in the past, but you can't go back there. This isn't working. It's not working because you healed it. Like, it don't matter what she does or what they do collectively together. It's not going to work because you've already healed that wound. You've already moved past it. You're in a whole different timeline, baby. It's like they're down there throwing darts at themselves. they throw them into the abyss and they just come right back and hit them. They're like, what the hell? I thought I was throwing it at the collective. No, baby, the collective is gone already. What are you doing? What are you doing? This person's crazy. Okay. I'm like, I want to use another oracle deck, but I don't know which one. We'll just clarify real fast. I'll go do one more pass, but I'll use tarot. Because so far I haven't used a single tarot card. So we'll use tarot. We'll clarify with this, and we'll do the dice, and then we'll wrap and do the next video. What do y'all have planned for the weekend? I got a busy day tomorrow. Shit. Actually, every Saturday in October, I got a busy. I'm like every Saturday in October, or the Saturday and next Saturday, I got busy. I got busy Saturdays. The Tower. They never expected this shit to come to an end. Baby, you don't want no parts of this woman or what she's offering or what she's asking for. You're not making yourself available. And again, like I said yesterday, I feel like there's a protective bubble. So even if this person wanted to approach you, I don't think that they actually have the means to, and you may have them blocked. I said they've been trying to affect your long-term stability. They've been trying to affect your finances. I swear they're unhappy because everything, it's like nothing that they do is working. Nothing that they do is working. And it's kind of crazy. They're obsessed with okay, so this person evidently knows that you've got some type of new cycle coming between you and your partner. And this person has been trying to do everything that they can to sabotage it and create elements of disharmony and fights and conflicts. Now, this is an interesting energy. This kind of feels like somebody here... It feels like somebody thinks that you're being selfish. Being selfish in a way where it's like... I don't know, like you make yourself available for some people, but not all people, right? But maybe you don't make yourself available, or you don't offer. Maybe that's what it is. Like you don't offer any kind. You don't offer. Okay, because I'm like I can see where they feel like they do know that you're not hurting for cash, or you're keeping afloat. Whatever you do, like you make money. That's your business. Because there is somebody who is pocket watching, which I think is kind of weird. But I also feel like this person they're kind of obsessed with the fact that like I don't know if they're going through some financial difficulties and they're upset that you're not like offering to assist them in any kind of way, which is funny as hell, because when you were going through financial difficulties and you needed assistance, did anybody offer you financial assistance? Did anybody come forward and be like, hey, I know you're going through a tough time. Here's $500 to kind of get you through it or whatever. Like, did anybody ever do that for you? Yeah, no, I didn't think so. Okay. So, I'm sorry. You want me to do what now? Offer you who? What? Got me fucked up. People are nuts. Justice. And that's how the cookie crumbles. You may not like how the cookie is crumbling, but that's how it crumbles. Remember I said, I don't know what this has to do with a large sum of money, but this is something here that you don't expect. They're trying to hide something. Here's the truth. And it also could be about some money that you're not expecting. I don't know if this almost could be like winning a legal case that you don't expect. That ain't for everybody. Yeah, and they're not getting something, so they're unhappy about it. Ooh. Yeah, I said you and your partner. Okay. There could be something legal here going on. There could be a legal component here. Happening in the distant future. So it's happening in the future. Okay. Now I'm like really paying attention to the cards here, because somebody is unhappy. They've been trying to hide or block some type of. Remember I said that Ace of Pentacles just pops up every single reading. But it's all connected. This Ace of Pentacles, which we know is a windfall. It could be an inheritance of some sort or a windfall, right? It's like somebody wanting to prevent you from having it. They wanted you not to have it, but then there's something down here that's unsuccessful, but it's connected to you being in a healthy mental state and partnered with someone. Like, I don't know what all of these things have to do with one another. It's really weird, but they're all connected. I know you guys will tell me in the comments. They're all connected. It has something to do you having access to this opportunity, this windfall, whatever this ace is, whatever it represents. You having access to that is directly connected to your mental state, your well-being, your emotional well-being, and the health of your partnership. They're all connected. They're all connected. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time. Like, I could sit here all day and try to figure it out, but I'm not going to. Pisces at the bottom of the deck. So you could be dealing with a Pisces, or you're a Pisces. I'm a Pisces rising. Yeah, somebody here has been trying to affect your crown chakra. Keep you confused. They think they'll get away with the betrayal, but Spirit sees it all. Someone's acting like a victim. Your spirit guides and ancestors got you covered, baby. You are unbothered and only focused on yourself, and Archangel Michael is out here protecting you. That's the tea. Somebody exhibits risky behavior. There's intense attraction or chemistry, like maybe between you and your partner. Someone's keeping secrets. Somebody's losing material comforts. Sorry, not sorry. Children are involved, yours or theirs. There may be infighting within a group. Someone's afraid to lose you. Someone is angry that their attempts have failed. Somebody is unfaithful or non-committal, or wanted your partner or you to be unfaithful and non-committal. Pisces is out here again. A foster child or foster care could be significant. Somebody forged a signature on a legal document. Up to 4 other people are involved. There's too much time focused on things that people need to release, whether that's you or them. A Libra may be significant. Someone from your past. The month of March may be relevant. Could be dealing with an Aries or a Pisces. Somebody uses money, power, and sex for advancement. A mother figure could be relevant. Your spirit team is present, protecting you from negative vibes, energy, or black magic. A Taurus may be significant. Somebody left you for dead or wanted you left for dead. Sagittarius may be significant. You've humbled them all. This mother may be a liar. You accept them for who they are. It is what it is. Somebody is an unfit mother or tried to say that you were an unfit mother. A Scorpio could also be relevant. Somebody's using children. Remember when I said over here, it's like if you and your partner, like I said, you are the epitome of mother, your partner is the epitome of father, y'all are main characters. So because you guys are doing what you do and you do it so well, it shines like I said, it shines a light on their deficiencies. So if they walked around like, I'm the expert on marriage and relationships, you know, because I was with my husband or wife for a long time, people are actually seeing your shit in real time, right? And it's evidenced by, like, maybe you have a really good relationship with your kids, or you have, you know, I'm just saying, it's like everything that somebody is saying about you, trying to get other people to look at you negatively, everything that you're doing it right. It's being seen, and it's making this, the reason why she's upset is because it's being seen. If they try to paint you to be an unfit mother, what people can see is you got a really healthy relationship with your children and they love you. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things. Okay. No, I don't want to do the truth cards right now. We'll do the dice and then I'll break for another reading. Ooh. What is this? Mercury. We have Mercury out here twice. So with it being out here twice, it could be Virgo or Gemini. I have the first house out here twice. I have the first house and the 10th house. So your like how you self-identify, how people look at you, your self-image, and your public image. 10th house, your public image, your reputation. Love it. Okay, then this is Jupiter. So Jupiter and Mercury. Jupiter is Sagittarius. Mercury, Virgo, Gemini. Then I have Aries, Taurus, and Virgo. Also first, second, and 6th house. Okay. All right. I'm going to leave it there. If any parts of this reading resonated for you, gave you clarity or confirmation over your own story, give the video a thumbs up so we can circulate into the algorithm and get in front of the eyes that need to see us the most. If you'd like to book a personal moral line with your own story, all of my information is below in the description box. I invite you to join me for a session. Thank you guys so much for being here. For all the likes, shares, subscribes, tips, donations, the super thanks. All the support that you show me and each other in the comments. I absolutely adore all of you. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, but I will be back for another video, so stay tuned. I'll be right back. Take care. Bye.